All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here this morning. I truly appreciate it. I'm joined this morning by my colleague, Councilmember Chris Cate, whose district we're in, Police Chief Dave Nisleit, Sergeant Lem Sansanoy, Asian Business Association President Jason Pagyao, and Michael Tu, the owner of PT Eatery that's behind here. Definitely mayoral approved. Some really good food in here, so check it out. I'm also pleased that a number of our API Mayoral Advisory Board have joined us this morning. These are the members of the API community who help serve as a voice in my administration for the concerns and needs of our enormous and very important API community. Grateful for all these leaders who are here today. I also want to acknowledge we are outdoors. We're a few days away from the end of the public health order. Many of us are vaccinated, and people are going to wear masks, or they may choose not to. As long as we're outdoors, we're good, generally. Appreciate those who choose to still wear masks, others who feel confident outdoors. We're going to figure these things out over the next number of weeks and months, and that's okay. And this is where, as your mayor, I encourage you to get vaccinated if you have not already done so. So today, let me get to why we're here today. Today, we're here to announce the expansion of the San Diego Police Department's Safe Place program to businesses serving our Asian Pacific Islander community. Before we begin, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Lily Cheng, who is a professor and the director of the Chinese Cultural Center at San Diego State University. She's going to give us a brief history of San Diego's AAPI community. It's going to be hard because I know there's a long history here in the community, but I trust Dr. Cheng to give us the straight scoop. Doc, come on up, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, our Honorable Mayor. Yes, the API presence in San Diego goes all the way back to about 200 years. But before 1975, there were very few Vietnamese in the city. Today, we not only have a very large population of the Vietnamese American community here, we also have so many beautiful pho restaurants, including the PT Eatery, Pho Tran, which restaurant is on another street, my favorite. So let's think about the warmth that a pho restaurant brings us, and let's feel safe in eating in such eateries. But let's also feel safe that the pho brings to us such richness in diversity for the API community. If you go Google, you'll find right away pho, 10 best pho restaurants just in our beautiful city. We also have such a beautiful, large Filipino community. If you go down to National City, that's what we have. So we celebrate our diversity, we celebrate safe place, and we celebrate this beautiful multicultural San Diego. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Cheng. She is truly a San Diego treasure, fitting in 200 years of history, too, in about 2 minutes or less. That's the kind of efficiency I want at San Diego City Hall, everybody. Dr. Cheng, thank you so much for being here and for what you do, what all these leaders here do, and for providing the historical perspective about the important contributions of Asian Pacific Islanders to San Diego, as was mentioned, for over 200 years, and increasingly important today. I mean, I look at this community where we're at in Kearny Mesa that has been transformed because of the concentration of AAPI businesses in this community. Undeniably a better, stronger, and more vibrant part of our city because of the members of the AAPI community and their admirers, because as Lily was talking about some food, that'll bring everybody together. Point is, an integral part of our city. And that's why we need to be here today, because we are one of the largest Asian American Pacific Islander communities in the country. Unfortunately, at the same time, across this nation, we are seeing an uptick in hate crimes directed against this very same community. And that's why the expansion of the San Diego Police Department's Safe Place program is important. It is to empower this community to report hate crimes at identifiable businesses, and that it's a very vital service that we're trying to provide here. Sorry, it's still early this morning. Channel it. We're going to get some coffee in here in a moment when we're done. This is a serious subject, so let me be clear. I want San Diegans to be safe. I want them to feel safe. I want them to know that wherever they are in this great city of ours, that they can be comfortable, that they can be there with their loved ones, with their family members, that who they are and how they present in the world does not attract more violence than it does for someone else. In these times we find ourselves in, that is somewhat in doubt. I understand that, and that's why we have to do programs like this. I appreciate that we have a city and a community and a leadership like many of the people that are behind me that are stepping up swiftly, immediately, and providing the supports that are necessary to communicate that safety that we all deserve as San Diegans. So I want to thank the San Diego Police Department, participating business owners like Michael here at PT Eatery, Councilmember Cate, who is a historic figure in his own right, one of the few API persons ever to serve on the San Diego City Council. All of these important key leaders coming together to send that message of safety at a time when San Diegans need to hear it. And then, of course, following it up with actual actions, which is what the Safe Place program is. With that said, I'd like to turn it over to my partner in leadership here in the city, Councilmember Chris Cate. Councilmember?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good morning. One of these days, I'm going to get him to say District 6 is the best council district in the city of San Diego. One of these days, I'm going to do it. As a council member for San Diego's 6th council district, where 1 in every 3 residents is of Asian American descent, I'm proud to be here in the Convoy District, in District 6, to expand the San Diego Police Department's Safe Place program. Similar to a neighborhood watch program, but for businesses, the Safe Place program will be a designated location where residents can report hate and combat crimes. Public-private partnerships such as the Safe Place program are complementary to existing community policing programs. In District 6, community policing programs are well established. Under my leadership, we launched the designated online transaction spaces in 2017, allowing for individuals to complete online transactions in a safe location. We've established more than 60 new neighborhood watch programs over these past few years, and we kicked off the National Yellow Whistle program and campaign just a couple of weeks ago. As San Diegans and as Asian Americans, we must be vigilant. Public safety is a shared responsibility, and if you see something, say something. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Chief of Police, Chief David Nisleit.
Thank you, Councilmember Cate. We'll just roll with that. Good morning, and thank you all for being here. Just over a month ago, Mayor Gloria and I were joined in Hillcrest by community members and business leaders to announce San Diego Police Department's Safe Place program. Today, we mark the expansion of this program to businesses serving our Asian and Pacific Islander communities. The San Diego Police Department wants all San Diegans to feel safe while they're out in our communities. And this program allows them to be more clear in identifying businesses who serve as a safe place. So far, over 40 businesses in Hillcrest, North Park, Mission Hills, Point Loma, and other neighborhoods display the LGBTQ Safe Place decals. And working with our API community and business owners, we hope to display the new API version of the Safe Place sticker here in Kearny Mesa and across the city. This is just one of the ways that the San Diego Police Department can help our residents feel safe and report crimes when they do occur. I want to thank Mayor Todd Gloria for the support of this program. I'd like to thank Councilmember Chris Cate for his support and his assistance. I'd like to thank Sergeant Lem Sansanoy for working with Assistant Chiefs Paul Connolly and Bernie Colon, and our liaison Christine Garcia for the Safe Place program. I'd also want to thank and wants to remind everybody of our multicultural storefront and all the assistance that they can provide in identifying crimes and reporting crimes. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Sergeant Lem Sansanoy from our multicultural storefront.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Lem Sansanoy. I'm the sergeant of the multicultural storefront. And when I look at the API sticker for the Safe Place, it takes me back a little bit. Growing up as a kid, especially in the Asian culture, we basically deal with our own problems. Sometimes we just tolerate it, and hopefully, I don't want that to be a case. I was brought up that way. It's in my family, it's the traditional way of, you know what, we only call the police if it's really, really serious, but we're entitled to quality of life issues. And what this safe place sticker means to me is access. What I mean by that is they have access to the police department, and the community has access to public officials down at City Hall. And like I said, every time there's issues or complaints from the community, it doesn't go on deaf ears. They have access, and that's what I really want for the community, is to have access. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Sergeant. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here representing the Asian Business Association, which represents interests of more than 30,000 Asian and Pacific Islander-owned businesses throughout San Diego. We help our small businesses every single day navigate the pandemic through free advising and counseling. And we have heard countless stories of discrimination, harassment, and folks fearing patronizing businesses in our Asian cultural districts like Convoy District here. It is important, as we see hate crimes on the rise throughout our nation, that residents know they have a safe place to turn for help. Our business association and community serve as a voice to help our public safety partners in this effort. Just a few months ago, we were proud to have Sergeant Sansonoi and trusted members of the police department, together with Councilmember Cate and Mayor Gloria, out here in the Convoy District, talking with business owners and residents about the actions they can take to address hate crimes. Now, we have an easy way to let folks know just how to report. The Asian Business Association is proud to support this effort with the leadership of Mayor Gloria, and working together with public safety to ensure we have a constructive dialogue while seeking solutions to provide resources that can support our underserved, under-resourced communities often experiencing discrimination. We'll be working with our members and clients to encourage them to display the Safe Place program stickers in their businesses, and will be and continue to be a resource our businesses can depend upon. Together, we can all make our city a safe place from hate. I'd like to now call upon Mr. Michael Tu, the owner of PT Eatery.
Thank you. Thank you. We are very honored. Thank you to our Mayor Todd, Gloria, Chief Nisleit, City Council Chris Cate, Sergeant Lim Samsonoi, and our community leaders, as well as the APAC community leaders, for putting this event together. Even though San Diego is probably the safest place to live in, this QR code will provide information, access, and also give our community a sense of security. I am proud to be a San Diegan. Thank you again to our mayor, to our chief, city council members, and our community leaders for making San Diego a great place to live in. Thank you.
All right, I think Chief and the council member and Michael are going to affix the sticker here that we want these businesses to put up. We'll do that in just a moment. I just want to conclude with perhaps an observation. And I want to extend my appreciation to Chief Nisleit and to the San Diego Police Department. Obviously, last week, during a significant and horrific tragedy with the losses of Jamie Huntley Park and Ryan Park, the department's also dealing with rising gun violence, other serious crimes all across the city, and yet the department is here today. And I think I mentioned this because there's, I think, sometimes a temptation to believe that bias-motivated incidents, or hate crimes are somewhere lower on the priority level. And what we're trying to say today very clearly is this is a high priority for this city and for this police department. Chief, I appreciate you prioritizing the concerns of our API community, our LGBT community, our Black and Brown communities. This is how we work to build a city that works for all of us. We have to be very clear in that we will support and defend the dignity of individuals to live in this diverse, great city of ours. And it starts by maintaining the safety of those that are here and by prioritizing it. Not an elective issue. Our safety, our security, our ability to go about this city is not something that is elective. It's not a nice to have. It is a must have. And so what you see today is the police department in this city saying very specifically that we will stand up and make sure that this city is as safe as we can make it for the people of this great city. So Chief, thank you for your dedication of these resources at a difficult time for the department specifically, and in a context where there are a lot of demands of your time and your resources. And lastly, I want to thank every one of the members of the community who are here behind me. These are folks who are all doing everything they can in their respective fields to lift up the AAPI community at a difficult time. We see these instances all across the country of extreme violence directed against API members, weirdly, increasingly seniors, which is just terrible. And each of these folks in their own ways are helping to be a part of the solution so that what we see in other communities does not end up here. So thank you all for being here today and help us to get this word out. I'll hand this over to the chief and to Michael and council member and see if we can get this set up, and we're happy to take some one-on-ones after they affix the sticker.